What's up, you guys? SlimXTeamSymmetry here to bring you guys a new video today, and I'm here to talk about Sam Pedigo's first place winning YCS Turin Geargia deck profile. A lot of people have been asking about this. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's literally like all over Facebook and everywhere. I want to give shout outs to a couple people. I want to give a shout out to my brother Vexy, the Inch 95, and to Alter Reality Games. They all had access to this profile before everyone else, and Alex was nice enough to send me the deck profile this morning while I was in class, and then I knew I was going to talk about the video today. But I kind of want to, instead of just doing a deck profile for you guys, I kind of want to talk about why this deck performed as well as it did. We're going to start with the basics. So Sam Pedigo is just a really good player overall. You guys can check like countless YCSs he's topped. I believe he got second place at Worlds not at Worlds, at Nats one year. He's just a consistent topper, just a really good player, and he's topped before with Geargia. You'd have to read his articles on ultrarealitygames.com to talk about it. But Geargia is a really interesting deck. The fact that it won is crazy. A lot of people were saying that his main deck was insane. They were saying, he went too far. Some were saying that it just, he built the deck to beat dragons, and that's something a lot of people need to understand. Like, I'm here to talk about why this won the YCS. The reason why this won the YCS is you guys can see it was well prepared to handle dragons. There are 3 main deck copies of Gozen Match and 3 main deck copies of Imperial Ironwall, along with a single Soul Drain. That alone is what gave him the advantage he needed, because none of his monsters were affected by Gozen Match and none were affected by Imperial Ironwall. This gave him the advantage to lock out the dragons with Imperial Ironwall, and if he didn't draw Ironwall, he had Gozen Match to slow them down from summoning multiple colors, as well as Soul Drain to handle pretty much everything else. That's what gave him a big edge in the competition, not to mention the 3 Max C. I'll link his profile that he did with Pat in the link below, in the description below. He talked about how Maxi was, subpar at times. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that Maxi's good, but like dragon players will just stop. And Maxing at a blaster or redox really doesn't serve you any purpose because they'll just stop. But it probably helped him draw to his cards, which was really good, along with the 3 upstarts being the only spell, which was insane. Make the deck 37 cards and just draw to your outs. Another thing to note is this 3/7 tool is the Bandit, so this is really interesting. The fact that this is a 1 card out to Return, a 1 card out to Solemn Warning, a 1 card out to Sixth Sense is really insane. This was a really interesting meta call by him. Giving up 1,000 life points doesn't sound like a lot, but in the long run it can be. If you do resolve multiple 7 tools along with Warning, you do go down quite low. But when you're running a control deck and combo deck like Geargia, you're able to get around those problematic things. So as you guys can see, the list was pretty standard. The MK2s with the Geargiano to be brought out by the Geargia gear. This is really, really cool. I like that a lot about this deck. As you guys will see, Lithium from the UK has the first game up, and basically he resolves like 2 of these and then goes into his Gear Giant X, which is really cool. So this card was really, really beneficial for him. Like I said, I don't need to explain his reasonings. You can read them not only in his article that'll be up soon, but also in the original deck profile that Pat did. So that's where you can get all your answers. I guess there's not a lot of things to talk about. The Geargias, you know how they work. They can spam rank 4s. They can also spam the Karakuris through using the Strategist and the Watchdog. That's why he ran 3 copies of Bure as well as the Burrito, so you're able to get a lot of cool plays off. Birdman is also another tuner to help you get to those things. He actually did draw Birdman game 1 in the finals. You guys will see that in Lithium's video, so just be sure to check him out over there. And you can also read it in the feature match once it's posted. But I feel the reason why this did so well at the YCS is Sam Pedigo went in knowing that Dragons were going to be the #1 most represented deck. He knew that in order to win, he needed to main deck cards that most people would side deck, and he went hardcore. He went 3 copies of Gozen and 3 copies of Ironwall in order to shut them down, along with the 1 copy of Soul Drain, and also 3 Tech 7 tools of the Bandit to stop problematic traps that could get in his way. So I think that is like one of the main reasons he did so well, and I feel that he is truly deserving of the title for the fact that a lot of people would get pissed and say, why would you do all this just to, beat dragons? And that's exactly it. Is he wanted to beat dragons. He wanted to have the advantage, and clearly it brought him all the way to the finals and to victory. So a big congratulations to him. Looking at his side deck, this is what I wanted to focus on mostly in this video. His side deck, to me, is simple yet perfect. It handles everything. He has a 3 Mystical Space Typhoon for problematic back rows and anything that could get in his way. 3 DNA Surgeries to not only shut down spellbooks, but to shut down Noble Knights and other decks that rely on a certain type. 3 Fiendish Chain, since he's not running Effect Veiler, he can just negate and stop attacks. 3 Light Imprisoning Mirror for all those crazy light decks like Agents and Boojins and let's just say Lightsworn and any deck that can come his way, and three rivalry for decks like Evil Swarm and decks that run a lot of different types. Side deck is so simple. It's literally 5 cards, you guys, just in maxed out multiples, and I feel that that was a really good strategy on his part. It made it so that he could remove the dragon pieces that he main decked if he needed to swap them out if he was playing against anything but dragon. So that was really a good meta call on his part, and it just made the deck flow a lot easier. Since he was only running 3 upstarts, the upstarts were all he needed to draw to what he needed, and in total, in 9 or 10 rounds, all the way up through Swiss and everything, he was only running 6 spells, which is insane. So if anyone ever were to EEV or do anything to stop spells, he was barely affected by it. So that was very interesting as well. And I think that that's something that we really need to focus on here, is that his side deck was set up so simple and yet so effective to stop all the meta problems out there in the game right now. So I think that's where a lot of people need to read, and I'm sure in his article he will mention why he chose to run such a simple yet fully maxed out side deck on 5 very important cards that really did, over the course of the tournament, bring him to victory. So I think that that's what we really need to focus on in this video today. And this is basically the deck. I'll go through it really quick for you guys. So it ran 2 accelerators, the 1 Geargiano, the 3 MK2s, the 3 armors, the 3 arsenals, the 1 Birdman, the 1 strategist, the 2 watchdogs, 3 Maxi, and only 1 redox. Spells, 3 Patrick Hoban Upstart Goblins. Traps, 2 Call of the Haunted. Another way to just get his combos going is that if the gears were to die, he could just call them back and continue with his plays. The 1 Compulse, because it's a good one-up. The 3 Gear, which is basically a rescue rabbit for this deck, which is really, really cool. The 3 Goes and Matches, the 3 Iron Wall, the 3 7 Tools, the 1 Warning, and the 1 Soul Drain, all cards needed to stop not only dragons but also the rest of the meta. Side deck, I've already gone over these 5 very important cards: Typhoon, DNA Surgery, Fiendish Chain, Light Imprisoning Mirror, Rivalry of Warlords, and extra deck for his 8, since he can synchro 8s, Colossal, Blader. He has the 3 Bures, the 1 Barredo, the 1 Scrap Dragon, and the 1 Stardust Dragon. And for the XYZs, Emerald, the 2 Gear Giant X's, the 1 Gem Knight Pearl, the 1 Maestroke, the 1 Big Eye, and the 1 Zen Mains. So that's it for the video, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Before you guys go and hop on the Geargia bandwagon, you have to remember that this deck was designed by not only an accomplished player, but also a very smart player who knew that going into this event, he needed to main deck as many possible outs to dragons as possible, and clearly he did that and brought it to victory. So once again, congrats to Sam Pedigo. I have all my links and everything in the description below. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you feel that Geargia will make a comeback? Do you feel that they will be a deck to play next format? And if so, why? Do you feel that this was a hoax? Do you feel like a lot of people are going to have mixed feelings, but I feel that this was a deck piloted by a very smart player who's used the deck before and who decided to just take advantage of the fact that he knew the majority of the room would be dragons, and so he main decked outs that most people would only side deck and only have a chance of drawing in games 2 and 3 if it went to a game 3. So that's all I got to say about the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs it up, and thank you for watching.